Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, the Thursday edition. You normally get at 5 p.m., but I was running around doing bits, people. So that's why we are slightly late, but we're here anyway. And anyone who hasn't seen this show before, the audience run the show. The citizens in the city of Sarcasm run this show. So get your questions in. Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United, close according to reports. Must be a record how many times I've had his name in the title during the summer. Actually, it's probably second to De Jong last summer. Yeah, the De Jong saga was crazy. The De Jong saga was like the Freezer. It was like the Freezer and Goku fight in Dragon Ball Z. But this feels like a Dragon Ball Z saga as well. So get your questions in. But yeah, according to Romano and many others, that deal is close loan with the obligation to buy. I've already given my thoughts on it, but I'll give my thoughts on it again for those that don't know. Big up to everyone that is in the chat. Make sure you run up the likes, though. Run up the likes, share across all the socials, retweet and like on Twitter, share on the Instagram at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. But like I said, get your questions in, people. And if you are a member of the channel, your question takes priority, like a super chat, people. If you are a member of the channel, and of course, if you super chat, I'll make sure I get to your question as well. So they're the two surefire ways to make sure your question gets answered. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people, as well. But big up to everyone who is locked in already. So big up to Hano, big up Sahil, big up to you, big up Warrior J already with the information on. I didn't even know there's information on Jadon Sancho. We'll discuss that. Big up TTM, obviously my bro Sheik, certified. Big up nephew in the cut. I don't know what he's talking about there. Big up to Mank as well. Shout out to you, Stephanie G. Good to see you in the chat. I hope that Peter G is good as well. AJB, obviously the King of Yorkshire in the cut as well. Yeah, they're all the big ups. Obviously, a couple of the man them also in the building. Sheik is here. Steve is here. What you man saying, man? You man blessed.
Blessed, man. Blessed. We're about to finally get over the line with this deal, man. It's been about time. We'll see. Yeah, we can't say anything yet, but yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'm really happy with this type of signing and the business that we've done. But other than that, we'll get into it. Big up to everyone. Hope Steve and you followers have been well, and big up the chat too, man. Run up the likes, people. Run up the likes.
Run up the likes. So Steve, what are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Just making that thumbnail for the Servette Chelsea game coming
yeah,
up.
Send that over to me as well. So yeah, Steve will be doing the Chelsea Servette game, or I should say, is it Servette Chelsea? Is it?
Yeah, it's at Stamford Bridge. Yeah,
it's at the bridge, so it's Chelsea Servette. So yeah, Steve will be doing a watch along on the playback and on his channel as well, Strasbourg Steve. So make sure you subscribe to Strasbourg Steve, subscribe to Sheik TV. Gonna add both links in the title, but they're both underneath in the description anyway. And follow the playback. Jez is in the cut as well. Yes, what are you saying, fam? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. No, I've just been chilling, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Calm.
Yeah, man.
Big up TTM, who says we gave like 3 midfield targets for this deal. Fuck this signing. Who did we miss out on? I know there was Burge.
Well, yeah, if you're including Zubimendi and Yusuf Afada, forget about those because those were never gonna happen. So
yeah,
I don't think
who did we miss out? I think Burge is one. I don't know who else though. Who was the other two? Let us know, TTM. Like I said, I like the signing, but it needs to be an addition. It needs to be. I keep saying this with Ugarte. It needs to be Ugarte. And same way if we sign.
Think somebody comes though?
Say that again.
Do you think somebody comes in though?
Yeah, I do. Because I think if this is a loan deal, yes. If it's not, if we have to pay money for Ugarte, then I think it's dependent on outgoings. But I think if the money we was going to use for Ugarte and that's there, they signed another midfielder because that's what reports said. They said they're definitely looking at 1 midfielder and 2 dependent on outgoings. But there's no fee for Ugarte. If Ugarte is, let's say, the £5 million loan fee, the money you was going to spend on him, 50, 60 million, whatever it is now there. So go and sign another midfielder. If we don't, I will be disappointed. Same way if we went and signed a Sandenberg but didn't get an Ugarte, I'd be like, we need, and like the midfield, I keep talking about this, the midfield is short, not only in terms of quantity, but it's short in terms of quality as well. We are literally a midfielder. We are injury away from McTominay. Like we are 2 injuries away from McTominay and Mount playing in there. Like that shouldn't be the case game week 2. So it's like go and get 2 midfielders, which is what required. But yeah, I'm not sure what TTM is talking about. And CP's not happy. He said, I fucking had enough of most clubs about monitoring or getting close to signing or advancing for weeks, fucking close the deal. Hey, man, like Fabrizio said to people, it's not FIFA, man. It's tough to close deals. It really, really is. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat as well. Warrior J, this is on Ten Hag, Sancho back available. Speaking of ongoing sagas, you can't select all the players, but you need them all throughout the season. The attitude of the players is very important. Sometimes they'll be disappointed. They have to deal with it. At least he's being politically correct with it, because what he wants to say is, I don't want to select him. But at least he's not trying to cause issues. Manchester United are now close to getting the Manuel Ugarte deal done, as revealed last week. Manchester United want to proceed with loan plus obligation to buy, and meeting with PSG was positive. No bids for Edison. Man United want Ugarte. Details being discussed. Deal at the final stages. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on this, Sheik?
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm happy with this deal. I'm glad that we're able to, if we do get it over the line, because it's been a while. Like I almost feel like we're Arsenal trying to get Mikel Merino with how long this deal took. But yeah, no, I'm super happy with the player himself. I think we do need this type of player in our team as well, like someone like a destroyer who can play as a 6, sometimes also as an 8. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But about time that we get this signing done. And yeah, we need to see, like you said, I agree with you. We need to get more players in. Players need to leave as well. I'm really pissed that we couldn't get McTominay to Fulham because they ended up signing Sandro Berge instead. But yeah, we need more players. This is not it. And it all comes back to the same point that I've been making all summer, is that this is not going to be a one-season process. This will take some time, but we're going in the right direction for sure. Look at all the players that we brought in, some of the ones that we've cleared out too. Yeah, we're going in the right direction. Let's see what we can do. I also do want to say something about the Sancho thing as well. I'm pretty sure Ten Hag said Sancho could play as our striker false 9 before the season started. And now he's talking about, oh, well, it all comes down to selection and players need to train and this and that and all that type of stuff. So we're back in this saga again. And I can see him leaving on deadline day. Like I've already wrote my tweet to Sancho. I've already thanked him for all his time at the club because I really think he's going to leave. And go, man. Like, you don't deserve this. You seriously don't. Go play somewhere where you can be happy and you can be confident, because we've seen what a confident Sancho can produce last season when he was at Borussia Dortmund. So, yeah, man. I want this thing to just get over with. I don't want any of these problems looming into when the season is like fully underway. Transfer window's closed. All focus is on the squad that we have at the moment. I don't want any of these problems, because we had these problems last season. And look how last season turned out to be. So whatever it is, get it done with. If you don't want Sancho in your plans, just sell him. Like, stop beating around the fucking bush and just be like, okay, he's not part of the plans. Sell him. Tell him straight up. Or
what Maresca did with Sancho.
With Sterling. What Maresca did with Sterling. And yeah, like literally. This guy, like, I don't know if you guys have seen that one meme where this guy's at Walmart and this guy just goes and rips his shirt off. Like, that's literally what happened to Sterling. Like, this guy just woke up and found out he's not the number 7 anymore. He had to go on the Chelsea Megastore to see that he's not even the number 7 anymore. So, yeah, Sterling's out of plans completely. I kind of, like, I'm not saying that, and I rate Sancho. Like, you guys know how I feel about Sancho, but it's more of, so like this, like my conversation with him is like, go, man. Like you still are young in terms of a football player, and you still have a lot of your career in front of you. And don't let these type of things ruin that. Go ahead and go somewhere and be happy, be confident, and just play. That's really what you deserve, because this manager is not going to give it to you. He's literally just proven that Anthony's above you in the pecking order by not selecting you like in the first game. And I heard that it was like a flu or like some sickness and this and that bullshit. Like it was none of that. It was like, let's just be honest. But yeah, like free Sancho, man, for real, free Sancho.
No, he'll get. I presume he'll get his move, whether it's a loan deal or like a full transfer as well. And TTM is saying, I'm not here for the Ugarte signing under this manager. We're gonna die in that midfield without a ball player. That's why I said it needs to be Ugarte. And is Ugarte needed? Yes, but also a ball playing midfielder is also needed, because if we just sign a ball playing midfielder and Casemiro gets injured, well then in there is McTominay. He's the next up, because Mainoo's not that type. Eriksen's not that type. Because you're saying bare runners, bare track stars. I hear that, but it should be a mix. It should be a blend of both. Yeah. You need to have your runners. You need to have your track stars, but good track stars though. Like that's the thing, is I have no issues with track stars, but can you get on the ball and play? And like Ugarte can. Ugarte's technically sound enough. He's not quote unquote silky, but he's still technically sound enough. You watch him and you don't think, oh, he's terrible on the ball. But that's not his game. You need people in your midfield to go win the ball back, which is what he will do, and play it to the players who play. So whether it's Casemiro and Ugarte, or it's Ugarte and a Mainoo, or and a new sign. So I do hear you, TTM, to an extent, but Ugarte was needed. This whole thing about not needing, like Ugarte was definitely needed, because you have to have him and Casemiro are now two good options to have in there. But it needs to be Mainoo and another good option. That's like a Mainoo. And then you go from there. Who that is, I don't know. I would have took Sander Berge. I would have took a player like that. But that's the profile. Obviously, we ain't going to get De Jong, but if somebody like that, they're all similar type players. And then that's the mix and blend. Forget the manager. These men are going to play well. We need these lot to perform despite him. That's what it is. Yeah, I just seen that, Steve. I got you 100%.
Plus, if you think about it, like last year we had Amrabat and Casemiro, and I think Ugarte is an upgrade on Amrabat. So that's already an improvement right there. In that
that's situation. What I'm saying. Yeah. That's a prime example of it. Ugarte is a better version of Amrabat, and Amrabat wasn't bad.
Yeah,
by no stretch. Like Amrabat was. If more of our players played to the standard of Amrabat, we'd be in a much better situation.
Because he just did his job.
He did his job. Yeah,
he just did his job. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't techie. It wasn't FIFA skill moves. It wasn't 50 G.
I do say,
like, it was, bro, he did his job.
I do say, what's it called?
The job he was asked to
do. I do say though, I think what it is for most people is preference, because I spoke to all types of United fans who actually like the Ugarte signing, but I've seen United fans who don't like the Ugarte signing, innit? So I feel like it's, and when it comes down to it, I think it's preference for a lot of people. Like
Definitely.
some people just don't like players like Ugarte, and it's okay if you don't like the player like Ugarte. Is the main point anyway is he coming in to do a good job. We will see once he's at United, in my opinion. So I mean we will see, because obviously I don't think under Ten Hag is going to be amazing, but then you also have to think about, you're not necessarily buying players just for the manager, you're buying also players for a future manager potentially, because Ten Hag's not going to be here. Even if Ten Hag has a successful season this season, for example, it's not like Ten Hag is going to stay forever at United. At some point he's going to leave as well. So you want to have players who can also play for this system, for a different manager, and then this is where you would hope somewhere like an Ineos would make sure that if they hire a new manager, somebody like an Ugarte fits. Because if not, then it's just a dumb sorrow.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I'm looking despite the manager, because we could sign world-class ballers, and that still applies all under this manager. Like, they're gonna be hindered. So that's why I don't look at it like that. And TTM, I hear your point, because you said, does it have to be Ugarte specifically? You're talking about profiles. There's a million road runners all over Europe that can do the same thing. I'm not happy with the fact that specifically it is Ugarte. No, it doesn't have to be him. But what I like about it is it's the best deal. Who else we getting for a loan fee with what brings what he brings? Is that's the best thing about this deal. You're talking about going to get another midfielder. The fact that it's a loan deal for Ugarte frees up that money to then go and sign another central midfielder. This is the point I made about this. That's why
like TTM, who would you have wanted instead? Because, all right, if you want a road runner, but you want some technical quality, if you want, like, go for Matt O'Reilly from Celtic, problem is Brighton are going for him. They're gonna get him.
I think it's
it's a good deal.
Because of the loan, it's more so because of the loan deal. That's what I'm saying. Because it frees up. You're talking
because he is surplus to requirements.
About signing another midfielder. This is the best way to get another midfielder.
Yeah, because we gotta remember, even if we like obviously keep our expense obviously early in the future, they keep reported the fee is around 50 to 51 million, and let's say it's a fee, it's gonna be that fee. That fee is not gonna count until next season because it's a loan before obligation. So this frees up. So it's not gonna show 50 million in the books this season. It's gonna show it next season in the books. So it frees up actually more opportunities for United to be flexible in this window and actually make another signing in midfielder, or bring in another, or a second midfielder, or a player in the attacking areas or in the defensive area. It gives flexibility before a move like that. But this is why I said earlier. I think. For some people, it's more about preference. That's why, for example, there's a lot of people that I spoke to that do not like Ugarte at all. I'm not the biggest
My preference
for
was
someone like
Fofana.
him. Yeah.
He was my preference. I would have took
I heard
Fofana.
it.
That was
I
my
heard it. I heard it.
preference. In the
Definitely.
I heard it,
Yeah.
and I feel like this is what I said. But you still look at it from the perspective of but Ugarte can still have his uses at United,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Yeah, but this is the
I'm
thing.
more-
This is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Some people don't look at Ugarte that way. They
Mhm.
look at him and like say, "Nah, he's just not good enough for them in their eyes." And this is why I say he has to just come to United, and just prove people that he's good enough to be there. So I think it's one of them ones.
Yeah, and that's
Mhm.
how I look at it in regards to him. He frees up money for another midfielder that we're talking about. I don't think we're
Yeah.
signing. Let's say the loan fee is 5 million. We're not getting an Ugarte level player for 5 million right now. So currently he's 5. Let's say it's 5, or even if he's 10 million, which I highly doubt he is. But let's say the loan fee is 10 million. Yeah, like that's it. If we get him on loan, that's great. I don't disagree. I just don't care for chasing after this baller all summer. He's no one special at all in his role at football. It's not rare. It depends again. It's the deal though, TTM. He
Yeah.
might not be rare, but the deal is rare.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The
When
deal
was the
is the
last
most
time
important
like
thing.
we were in talks with a player for so long, and what did we hear this whole time? That we couldn't come to an agreement on the payments and like the fee. And now it looks like after all this discussion and all this time that it took, they've come to an agreement on a loan deal. So I'm happy with that 100%. Because in the past, when we've taken this long, we've seen that the transfer just doesn't happen. There's no agreement at all. And Ineos have been firm in their negotiations, and hopefully we've gotten a loan deal out of it. So the business itself is great. That's what I would say.
The benefit for both. It's a benefit for both teams as well, considering as well, because PSG getting their money back for Ugarte, they just have to wait a season. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And United don't have to pay money. They have to change. United have to pay sub change for Ugarte now and pay the money next season. But then you will hope that this is obviously context matters. If United don't go and do the business now for the rest of the window, I think this then makes it look funny because why did you spend so much time negotiating instead of leaving and look for other options just to end up with a loan, but don't bring other people in because you save money pretty much.
Yes. And that's where I will be critical if we don't go and get and. But like I keep saying, on the flip side, I would have done the same. If we would have went and got a Sandenberg and didn't go on and get Ugarte, I'd be like, why did we not go get the other? So let's say Burge was 20 M's, for example. That's not a lot. And we still got money to spend. And we don't go get an Ugarte type or Fofana or somebody like that. Then guess what? I'm going to be like, yeah, we messed up there. Because it's two. It's two midfielders. I like the Ugarte signing. I was all about what is the deal. Do I think he's a good player? Yeah. Ugarte for 70, 80 million? Absolutely not. A guy for 50 million is someone I would have heard. Ugarte on a loan deal with obligation to buy, I think is a phenomenal deal. It's phenomenal business. Loan deal for what you're getting. And let's say the loan fee is 10 million. You're not getting a player of 10 for 10 million of his caliber. And then, like Jez mentioned, it's then next summer you're spending the 50 million on him, which goes on next year's books. I'm with it. I don't see the issue. Yeah, but that's it. But hey, we move. If Fofana would have done us fine, I agree. I would have preferred Fofana 110%. But he's what Ugarte is. Do I think he's a better version of that personally? Yes, but I'm not against the Ugarte one. And we wouldn't have to deal with a team trying to sell someone that's failed at their club for the same money. We'll see it's a loan deal when the deal is done. Yeah, well, it seems to be a loan deal. That's the talks. If it's not a loan deal, I'll say bad deal. But in regards to him failing at other club, I'm not hearing all that. I'm not hearing all that in regards like that don't take away from him as a player.
Fofana was firm on AC Milan also. I that's why I was like never like we're gonna get Yusuf Fofana, because he literally all tweets that Fabrizio would drop is like clubs are talking to him, but he says his answer is AC Milan, AC Milan, AC Milan. So yeah.
Also, Yusuf Fofana and Manuel Ugarte, because I've actually watched Fofana and Ugarte. They're completely different midfielders. They don't have similar skill sets.
Would you say the biggest differences between the two of them are?
It's that Fofana is going forward. He's a box crashing.
He's a box to box.
He's a guy, but he's a guy that can sweep up in the middle of the park. But he's got the engine.
He's all action.
Also on the ball quality. Yeah,
he's more technical than Ugarte as well.
Yeah, he's way bigger. Like they're not the same kind of midfield.
Yeah, he's more physical. But they both do the, like you said, the sweeping up. Where it seems you mentioned there, He's
Fofana will get forward as well.
Forward thinking, whereas Ugarte is not. Like I say, loan deal. Again, I don't see it as a bad thing. Now, if we don't go and get someone, the loan fees like 40 million, terrible deal. But I don't think the loan deal will be. That's just one of the things that we move. But hey, how come every player United sign gets criticized by pundits and media like not being good enough? Negative news sells. For big publications, yes, negative news sells. Also, people don't want United. People have a hard time giving United credit. That's what it is, Stephanie G. You've seen it even in the first game when it's like I said Maguire played well. You would have thought I said Maguire was world class and deserves a lifetime contract. He played well in the game against Fulham. I don't know why that was due, or how could you say that? He played well in the game against Fulham.
Yeah.
Like, again, bad players have good games. The same way good players have bad games and so forth and so forth. And so, but it's kind of negative news to the bigger publications. Yeah, they're smart with the way. You'll see even the way they tweet and stuff like that. Like, that's what it is. Oh, so this is what I'm against. I'm not 100% sure about the deal being a loan. I'll take him. He's better than what we have, but this midfield could have been addressed a lot earlier. But you're asking a lot from it. Again, if you're not 100% on it being a loan, we'll see. But that seems to be it, which is smart. Sheik mentioned it. As long as these negotiations have gone on, we haven't got bumped. Mm-hmm. Would I have preferred us to have gone and got another midfielder? Yes. But when I say that instead of Ugarte, however, I'm not against the guy because I liked him before he went to PSG.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a good player before that. Experienced, technically good, physical attributes, etc., etc. But yeah, I don't mean failing our club to criticize him as a player at all. It's definitely PSG's fault. But if PSG fucked up, how can they be trying to get the same money for when they bought him for? Because
they also signed João Neves this year too, which was a pretty big signing as well. So they're trying to obviously get.
Ugarte is also coming off a good Copa America with Uruguay.
Yeah, so there's definitely a chance for them to cash if they could. Because the stocks are there.
Yeah, so, and also the reason why they're trying to do that is because they're trying to do what's best for PSG. Yeah. Why would you not, TTM, would you not sell an item or a product for over a price if you could? Of course you could.
Do the same thing if it was Man United.
If you got a PS5 and you could sell it for $2,000, you're going to sell it for $2,000. Is it worth $2,000? No. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what it is. So they can try to do that, and that's their prerogative. That's on them to do. We see it all the time. Chelsea do it all the time. How much they just sell Gallagher for? They're trying to sell Broha. They're trying to sell Broha for 30 million. Broha's never worth it. But guess if someone's daft enough, Arsenal are trying to sell Nketiah for 30 million.
30 million.
If Forest are daft enough to go and do it, that's on Forest. Is he worth 30 million? No. So it's about what you can get. You can value anything at what you want, but the market determines whether it's worth it or not. Like, so that's why
someone will either pay it or they won't pay it.
Yeah, most of the time,
before you go, Sheik, if I'm PSG, I'm trying to get my money back.
Yeah.
If I'm negotiating for PSG, even though I know he's not worth it, I'm going to try. All right, let's see what we can do.
United was willing to do that though, because obviously was willing to do that, even though technically it's a loss for them in a way, because they would have preferred to get the money in this season because it would have gave them a bit more flexibility than to work with. But if it means they have to only just wait one season, I mean, a club like PSG, the amount of money they make, the amount of money they have, it benefits them anyways, even if it's a season later that they get the money from. So, I mean, you have to see. It looks like it's going to be a loan. I don't doubt that it's not going to be a loan. By the way, we don't even know if there's going to be 50 million because this is what's being reported, and it might even be less than that. But this is what's currently going around. So let's see. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be close. So.
That's it. Go on, Sheik.
Fabrizio said it was final stages, so we'll see. But this guy just milks tweets like all the time.
He tweeted he retweeted the Mainoo. Here we go. Before here we go, he tweeted 2 tweets where he put like the Arsenal colors, the red and white, before Pom. Then he did that same tweet again, and then he tweeted that here we go. A couple of minutes later, and then he retweeted the Mainoo. Here we go as well, bro. I know. I respect the game because he understood. He understands it, man. Crazy.
And as you said, if someone is daft enough, the deal's not alone. United is that daft one. That's something I don't like as well. Fully agree. You've been watching me long enough, TTM. I've spoken about Manchester United's bad business. But this season, they've done good. This window, they've done good business. There's not one deal we've done where I go, yeah, we got bumped. I think every deal has been spot on. Even for players, I'm not 100% on. Like, I'm not fully sold on Mazraoui. I'm not fully sold on De Ligt. However, they're great deals. Very good deals. Was
Plus,
not going
like-
for Braithwaite. Very smart. I think that's because Olders would have paid the money for Braithwaite. Last summer, we paid that money. Last summer, I think we paid 60, 70 million for Ugarte. Nobody who signed from Euro, Delit, Mazurari. Am I missing one? Or is it just those three? It's just those three.
Yeah, 4. Xerxes,
Oh,
Euro,
yeah, Xerxes,
Delit,
that's the one I was missing. Yeah, Xerxes. I think Olders go and spend 60 million on Xerxes. We do the Hoyland thing for Xerxes, I think personally. So like the deal he's done. But yeah, of course, I'd be critical. If we get bumped in this deal, I turn around and say we got bumped. But so far, I can't say so. Like that's one thing we've turned around. For all the things that I don't like what Ineos have done, which is very little to be honest, outside of keeping a manager, they've done good business. They've done very good. And even the outgoings, they've done good business. Yes, I am, to answer your question, Mikey. Yes. Yeah, go on. What are you saying?
Yeah, but like we've seen like when you the example you took with Braithwaite, we've walked away from deals in this same transfer window. And we could have easily signed Sander Berge. He's 20 million, like we were linked with him. If we really wanted to get him, we could have. I think they, like Ineos, knew that a deal could be struck with PSG. And that's probably through negotiations, and that's probably through whatever they've talked about. But they never walked away from this deal. And previously, like we've seen for weeks, that they just couldn't come to some agreement in terms of payment and like the fee and stuff like that. But they could have walked away, because you've seen them walk away from another deal in this transfer window itself, but they didn't. And that kind of tells me they feel like a new deal, like a deal could have been struck with them. And if this loan deal does come through, then like I said, well done to them for even sticking with the negotiations, because they felt like a deal could have been done. And a loan deal is the better deal from what they were trying to do in the first place. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, and like that's it. Like I don't see it again. If information breaks tonight, I got the United Chelsea Spurs show tonight, 11:45 p.m.
Yes,
and it's 70 million. Guess what? I'm gonna crash on them, man. If it's 70, 80 million, or the loan fee's like 40 million with the obligation to buy for 30, I'll be like, yeah, we got bumped. But the way they've done it, I'm like, props to you, look. Because loan was one of them things I want us to do more of. This whole thing, that's why I don't hear the whole, there's no money. Loan deal. Even when I talk about left backs, I'm not saying go and sign Anthony Robinson or go sign Nuri or a left back for 60, 70 million. Hey, just go get a left back on loan. Same way we signed Regulon last season. Just run me I take an average left back right now. Just a bog standard average left back who's not taken away from the budget from a season. Or even if it's a 5 million loan fee. Where it's like, yeah, Mikey, you asking me questions, you know the answer to yes. I don't know if it was 2012, it might have been 2013. I can't remember the year. Yes, Tox is my bro. You clearly know information. I don't know why you asking me information. You know the answer to. But run up the likes, people. There's over 70 people in here right now. We're only at 41 likes. Let's get up to 70 likes, man. Like check 1212. Continue to get your questions in as well, people. It don't have to be on Ugarte. It don't have to be about Manchester United. It can be about whatever you want in regards to the transfer window, people. And if you're a member, I will star your question and I will get to it. And Warrior J, big up again. Did I even star it? Yeah, I did. I don't know anything about him, but exclusive. Manchester United agreed deal to sign 2006 born Mali international Kone. I can't pronounce his first name.
Sekou
Kone from what's that team? That French side?
No, it's a team in Mali.
Oh, it's a team in Mali. All right.
Mali,
yeah. Gadaz FC. Here we go. Kone was on the list of several clubs, but United have agreed deal today. Considered top talent. He's part of long-term plans similar to Chido, Kobbie Mainoo, and that's from a Fabrizio Romano. I know nothing about him. I'm not going to lie.
It says literally in the tweet, it's a long-term kind of signing. So
yeah,
it's whatever. I look at those signings. I look at those signings as like whatever, like you see how it turns out, and it's gonna be minimum.
It probably costs like $500,000.
Yeah, literally, like it's not. It's nothing like.
Yeah, like that's it. And big up to De Niro. Good to see you in the chat, my G.
Hey,
he says, big up my brothers on the panel. Big up every time. He says,
big
so
up,
if Ugarte comes in, how would you set him up with him involved? Depends who we play. So, for example, we play Liverpool. I'm playing Casemiro and Ugarte. I'm playing those two together. Like any tough away game or any.
Who's gonna be the first midfielder in that midfield? Though?
I would play.
Unfortunately, it would be Bruno. Yeah, unfortunately, it will be Bruno. But
I think also too the logical, because you want to have like 3 midfielders instead of like a number 10 who defensively is not really gonna bring anything. I think actually, fun fact, Mainoo actually won the most tackles actually in the first game week, the 13.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I saw that earlier today. Like he won
Shit, for
in
real?
the yeah. He's currently leading. He's leading the tackle stats right now with 13.
Look at him, man. He want to hail Mount. Hey, start hailing up his off the ball, Mainoo's off the ball attributes as well. But yeah, to De Niro, I would go with anytime we're in a tough game, anytime we're trying to be a little bit more defensively sound, we're away at City, at Liverpool, at Arsenal. I throw
Newcastle.
Villa in the mix. I throw Villa in the mix. I was gonna throw Newcastle in the mix. I play those two. Similar when I think when we went to Anfield this last season, it was Amrabat and Casemiro in the midfield, I believe. If I'm to correct, I swear it was those two. It was Amrabat, Casemiro.
I thought Amrabat played
McTominay.
left back, but I could be wrong.
Not in that game. Shaw played. Not in that game. Away at Anfield.
Okay.
Because it was. I remember they were the only three fit midfielders because Bruno got suspended. Mainoo, I think, was injured. Mount was injured. And somebody else was injured as well. And I think the back, it was Johnny Evans, Varane, Shaw, Dalot, Onana, Højlund, Rashford. Might have been Anthony. Somebody double check. I swear
I'll pull it up right now.
Away at Anfield when we drew 0-0. Amrabat, was it Amrabat and Mainoo? That was it.
Yeah, it was Amrabat and Mainoo.
Okay, so yeah, that's my thought process. Casemiro and Ugarte can do the same job defensively as Amrabat and Mainoo.
And then so we took off Mainoo for Hannibal.
Okay. Yeah, because Casemiro was injured, Mount was injured, Bruno was suspended. So those midfielders was going to play. McTominay was the third one, right?
McTominay was playing in the 10.
Yeah, it was McTominay in the 10. Yeah, because that's all we had. I remember the game specifically. And then it was Højlund, Rashford. Was it Anthony right wing? Can't remember.
Yes, it was Højlund, Garnacho, Anthony right wing, Dalot, Evans, Varane, Shaw in the back four.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So in regard to that. So, and then if we're more against the Fulham, I think it's Casemiro or Ugarte.
Yeah.
Whichever one alongside the Mainoo.
Another thing, like I agree with Flawless because I feel like me personally, I think Mainoo needs a little bit of a rest. And because we're starting to see a little, like he's played a lot of football for being serious. Like ever since he's been in the first team, he's been playing damn near every single game for us. And he also played in the Euros as well. So I think
don't want to have like a Pedri situation.
Yeah, I don't want to overplay him and work him and stuff like that. And then you know how our fan base is too. The more he plays, and let's say if he keeps playing and he gets burnt out, he's gonna have bad performances. The more he has bad performances, our fan base is gonna be quick to jump on that. So that's why I feel like getting someone like Ugarte, not only does it give us more options in the midfield, but it allows us to rest some of our better players too. So I'm for it.
Yeah. By the way, these are the rankings. Obviously,
that's
in the match.
Crazy, you know.
This was in the match, by the way. All players included on the pitch. So Fulham and United.
Yeah,
but I know for a fact that
Mason
he leads the Premier League.
So Jules won. So this is Mainoo, obviously United rankings versus Fulham. So Jules won 13. He was ranked first. Successful dribbles 4 first. Interceptions 5 first. Tackles 1 4 first. Fouls 1 4 first.
Yeah, he gets involved. He gets involved in the game
I guess he quietly
overall.
had a good game.
I don't look at him as a player that necessarily only does things with the ball. Like he gets massively underappreciated off the ball as well.
Mm-hmm. He actually tracks back and stuff like a lot. You always see him running around trying to chase the ball and shit like that. So,
and you know why he's underappreciated and it does fly under the radar because he's not loud and chaotic about his business.
Yeah.
He's not like
he doesn't make some flashy passes. Yes. He doesn't do those like switches and stuff like that from a lot more often, and that's what people I guess really look for. But yeah,
I'm trying to find the other tweet that I saw earlier. One sec, I'm gonna put that off, man.
Yeah. Bless and big up to Leslie. I'm not even gonna butcher your surname. So big up to you, Leslie. There we go. This is why Steve's there. There we go. I just don't like butchering people's names.
How is that hard to pronounce? What?
Yo, I could have easily butchered that. You know what I'm saying?
What would you have said? Zoanna?
Maybe. I want to say it in an American accent, but yeah, potentially, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
American.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it like Zoanna.
Wait, wait. I want to hear your American accent.
No, this is not what we're doing. But big up to Leslie Z, man. Shout out, Leslie.
Steve wants to cancel Flawless, man. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
What do you mean cancel? I'm curious.
So I know you are. That's the worrying part.
You to say Frappuccino, bro. He wants you to say Frappuccino.
Yes.
The American accent. You wanted to say Frappuccino, bro.
We just became Sarcasm City Soldier. Big up to you, Leslie. Salute. If you want to join check out all the perks. If you want to join the group chat on the Instagram, let me know. Just follow at Sarcasm City TV as well. Jedi Ghost says, how long until Kobbie Mainoo starts getting the Pogba treatment flawless? He won't get the treatment because of two things. One, because he's come through the academy. And two, as much as it pays, his personality and character.
Yeah.
He won't get it. Like now, if he starts dyeing his hair or has pink boots and starts showing any form of personality and then his form dips, that's when they'll get
a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. When it comes to when it comes to people who look like me or Jez, it's a shut up and dribble type thing. That's what they want. That's why they love Kante. Because Kante is quiet and goes about his business. They love that. But as soon as you show any form of personality, chip on your shoulder, attitude problem. That's always the one.
Did Drogba get that treatment? Because Drogba to me had personality.
No, that thing is.
No, because he was also performing like the level.
Yeah, but he's performing. That's the thing is. If you perform, they don't care what you do. So when you're winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, which he did for them, that's fine. But as soon as you're not at that level, it's all on you. Let Mainoo dye his hair. Let Mainoo dye. Let him have one blonde streak in his hair, and he has a couple poor games. Oh, he's getting too big for his boots. It's got to him. He's getting a big ego. All this stuff. That's why I don't hear. That's why I'm so adamant when people talk about attitude. You don't know this person.
Exactly.
You don't know this person to be talking about his attitude. You know what I'm saying? Now you can talk about his attitude like on the pitch in certain moments.
Like Rabiot was a pussy.
What's happened with Rashford? It happened with Rashford last year. It's happened with Rashford last year. Or like when
when he's walking around, bro, at St. James's Park, I remember he's walking. Even Newcastle fans were like, bro is walking. It was shocking.
The funniest part is people actually attacked Mainoo actually before last season on Twitter. Twitter is not a real thing anyway for me, but because obviously if you go to Mainoo's Instagram, you see like he's into fashion, innit? Like he's a guy like who loves his fashion, and I see people go after him because he's shown off his fashion on Instagram. Why do you care what he wears?
Yeah, like
on the off day, like
the kid's got bread. Let him go live his life. Like he just got bread. Let him enjoy his life. You want him to just fucking not do shit, not enjoy his life? Like, come on now. Like,
no player won more jewels than Kobbie Mainoo 13 on the opening weekend of the Premier League. Hey, send this to me, please, just.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
best midfielder in the world.
Engineer made a very good point.
Hey, I tweeted it. I put it on my Instagram. It's still there now because CP was in my comments like screenshot. I said screenshot it, write it down. I said this. I'm gonna run it. You know what? Thanks for reminding me. I think I bookmarked it. I'm gonna have to run it back.
Midfielder in the world.
I said this. Like people just take anything serious. Like when I say coys, boy, hey, we move.
Yeah, and Engineer, like in the chat, he made a very good point. Shout out to Engineer.
I'm gonna send it.
This was not even a good Mainoo performance. Yet he still did this.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
and that's what I continue. That's how good he is already. I've started talking about him where I go. Mainoo's not at his best, but he's still going to perform to a certain level just because of the skill level.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't like a conversation because I base it off of like when I go on the football terrace after the game and we talk about a certain player's performance. We didn't talk about Mainoo at all. Didn't talk about Mainoo at all. It wasn't in a good way or a bad way. We just didn't talk about him.
Let those stats have been mounted.
Well, bro, they would have passed it up. No, he would have passed it up. They would have passed it up. No, I've seen people trying to talk about this counter press, but you're talking about United's number 7 talking about counter press.
The ball shit.
Bro, it's crazy. And you know what the mad thing is here, and this is what I say, like this is also just the standards that he has just put up on himself. That just people view him as a player. Like I expect like these type of performances week in, week out from you, like in terms of, like, and it's just normal from you. Like you can have outstanding games, yeah, but this right there on the weekend, this wasn't one of his best performances, sure, but it was a really good performance because you just do what you do out there, which is just out there performing. Yeah, man, and that's why, and nobody's talking about his age either. No, like I remember like last season, he was a bit, and I don't people. This whole age thing is kind of crazy to me. Yeah, do I think players at young age need to be overplayed? No, because they're still growing. They're still growing into their bodies, and long term, it will not actually help them if they play so many games. But no,
because then it's just a Pedri situation.
Exactly, and nobody talks about Milan. nobody. If you were offered Lamine Yamal to your football club, nobody's gonna say, "Oh, he's 17 years old." No, everybody said,
He's not experienced. Yeah, it's
nobody
like
talked
he's
about
one of
it.
the best
And
wingers in the
you
world.
and you only played one season, so technically in your eyes, he is not really experienced. But we don't care about that.
If you're good enough, you're old enough, man. If you're good enough,
100%, man. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's it. And yeah, Ak, don't worry, man. You're here on a regular basis, so I just made you a moderator. And De Niro makes a great point. And Mainoo done all of that in the game wasn't one of his best. Yeah, exactly that as well. And I hear you too. TM says I was happy with the Amrabat loan deal last year, and we didn't actually see him play as DM until the last few seasons. This is why I'm so unsure of Ugarte. Hopefully, Ineos influenced him to play him. Well, we'll see, because you got Ineos, you got Van Nistelrooy, Hack. But I get your point. And to Jordan, who says, if you had to guess realistically how many years until we win the Premier League again, there's so many variables that go into that.
Is this Man United?
It's like asking Liverpool when they got Klopp in his first season. Realistically, how many years do you think they'll win the Prem? I don't think anybody could confidently say at that time they would have won the Prem in how many years? Like 2 or 3 years. It's a lot to do. Like squad.
And some of them never do it. Spurs had a window of opportunity where they could have won a Champs, they could have won an FA Cup, they could have won a Carabao, they could have won 2 Premier League titles. They got nothing.
I don't think people realize how hard it really is to make a team.
Arsenal is still trying.
That's what I would say.
It's one of them things have to go right, and then also the opposition around you as well. But to me, I don't think you're never as far away. When people say, "Oh, you're 5-6 years away from winning the Premier League," I disagree with that.
Yeah, I think in 2 or 3 years you could be well underway.
I think if you have 3 very good summers, you can win a league title.
Definitely,
you have 3 very good summers, you can win a league title. But having 3 very good summers is the tough part.
But even then though, you can have 3 very good summers. But the team who is favored usually can also have 3 good summers. So
that's true.
It goes a lot. Like I think Arsenal last season, that was the most they ever had. It was the most that they ever had Premier League points in their history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
last season, and goals, and they still haven't won the league. So I think it's always like I do agree with the statement that 2 to 3 summers and you can definitely be there competing for the league. But but does it mean you're going to win the league?
Yeah,
that's the question mark.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's also dependent on the opposition around you. Because the crazy part is, if Arsenal would have done correct business over the past 2 summers, I think they win the league.
Right.
Just take Liverpool for example. Like how many years were they second? So close to it, off by 1 point.
As great as they were,
exactly, because of just Manchester City being so good.
Yeah, and it's like you finished a point behind them twice. If you would have went and signed a better central midfielder, guess what? You probably win those 2 leagues.
And they also, after they won the Champions League, that summer, they signed nobody.
They signed like
literally nobody. And guess what they might be doing this window? Signing absolutely nobody.
No.
How anyone, by the way, rates FSG at all? That right there.
But see, the thing is, because I had conversations about my fan base on our transfer window. This Liverpool window is crazy because I'm like, no signings at all is crazy.
Signed anyone.
And I know they're apparently close to getting Mama Dashwelly. But he's going out on loan straight away back to Valencia, so technically
help them at all this season.
Only next year he'll actually be like in the team when Alisson leaves. He's not going to play when Alisson's here, so it's like
it's madness for them. Like I'll be honest.
So with those questions like that, there's too many variables. I can't sit here and say, 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, because what Manchester United do and what rivals do is a whole different conversation. If Pep's here for 4 or 5 years, that makes it much tougher for anyone else. Don't make it impossible. Yeah. It makes it tougher. Pep leaves next summer. Guess what? And United have a couple good summers.
It's a free-for-all.
It's so many with the manager, because TTM says I think Arsenal could have won it last year without the business. They lost key games because of the squad decisions the manager made. Remember, Arteta put Havertz back in the midfield end of last year. The fact that Havertz is there is a problem in itself.
Yeah.
Was it Lex who made the point? Or somebody, I might have been Kaneki as one of them too.
It's probably one of them too. It's definitely one of them too.
Said Arsenal needed an 8 and a 9 and signed someone who played both, who's good at neither. So it is.
Yeah, literally.
The fact that Havertz is there is a problem. Arsenal and the fact that Arteta is there is also a problem. But that's Arsenal's lookout.
They're really just
that contract extension.
The maddest thing as well is that you're talking about, because I was literally in the space yesterday just with the man that talking football.
Kaneki. Big up though, Kaneki, every time.
Big up them too every single time. and we were discussing about Arsenal in the space, and I was like listening and stuff like that, and where everybody can agree that City have the better team than Arsenal. But the funny part about it is Arsenal could have won the league if they just beat Fulham, and Arsenal have the better team than Fulham. So it's kind of like and this is the matter, and this is why I say like there's so many. I don't know. I can never really answer these questions because you can just have a random season where you just go crazy and just win the Premier League. Nobody would expect like Leicester, for example. Like nobody expected Leicester to go and win the league. And I don't know. Like for me, these are the type of questions. Like you can like I can tell you how I can tell you the minimum, in my opinion, it should take to have a competent team that can go and compete and actually win the league, which is for me 3 summers maximum. Yeah. But then even then there's just so many things.
People forget in Ten Hag's first season, like till March, like it was February, March. United were in a title race, legitimately.
We were.
We were never gonna win it. That's why it is. But we were legit in his first season. We was legitimately near the top of the table. We were 1-2 points off top, then fell away. That's one summer. And it wasn't even the greatest summer.
When we beat City,
I thought we did good business, but it went phenomenal in that first season.
When we beat City at Old Trafford, I think we were like 3 or 4 points off the top.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah. And we were there for a majority of the time. And like Jez, like I agree with Jez too. Like look at Chelsea when they last won the league under Conte that year. We didn't have them winning the league that year. I didn't have them winning the league that year. And look how well consistently they performed all throughout the season, 3 at the back and stuff like that. So it's like there's certain examples, but the whole point is that it's so unpredictable. It really, really is. Like it's really, really hard to win this league, man. And Arsenal fans will know it themselves. They've been so close to doing it. And yeah, that's just the incompetence of their manager.
Bro, I fully hear that. Give me one second. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well. Continue, like I said, to run up the questions as well. Don't know how reliable this source is. Breaking regarding pending further confirmation. United have reached an agreement in principle with PSG for Ugarte in the region of 50 million euros, less than a rumored 60 million euros. Is that Francis Plateau?
Francois Plateau.
There we go. Francois Plateau. Big up Cristiano. Good to see you in the chat as well. Big up Ronaldo.
Cristiano, you want to do like a collab with Flawless Sarcasm City TV? Because I know you just got a YouTube channel as well. So
hey, that is facts. Thank God they didn't. Thank God they didn't. Oh, thank God they went to City and parked the bus, and then got told got called the best out of possession team in Europe.
And they lost 1-0 to Newcastle as well.
Oh man, that City game! I just reminded me. These guys were talking about how good they were off the ball. Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell, bro.
Out of possession is the craziest thing I've heard.
Yes.
Bro, that shit is as woke as the new Champions League anthem.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
I like it. It's cool.
It's so good. Like when I was watching the Galatasaray game yesterday, I still got those fucking goosebumps.
Nah, but I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Don't
fix it.
A little
bit. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry.
It's not really that deep.
It's not that deep. I just think it's extremely woke, bro.
It's just you don't need to. You didn't need to change it. Why?
I think that's fucking woke.
They're like, oh, new format, new format, new anthem. Like, fuck that shit.
No, man, it's got like nice little graphics. I fucks with it. It's a nice little rebrand. Just kind of tweaking little things. Like I said, it sounded good. It sounded good yesterday.
It's irrelevant.
You don't need to do that. Man. I put it when 50 changed the anthem of power when he changed the intro and everyone was like, yo, switch it back. Like, what we doing, man? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave the Champions League, and we don't need no tweaks. We need no nothing. We don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the original's fire, but when he changed it and he put Trey songs on it, I remember watching. I was like, what is this? And all of
like that Mourinho meme when you have the headphones on and you take it off, like
that's it. Yeah, like we bullied him to the whole internet bullied him to changing it back. He was like, I'm gonna change it back. It's like no one told you to change it. Leave it as it is, man. Leave the anthems alone. There's certain anthems that you leave it alone. It's like in boxing bouts, like you have Michael Buffer who says, "Let's get ready to rumble." Imagine he changed that phrase. Like, what the fuck you do?
It's like these it's like the here we go, like there you are, there we land, and shit like that.
Imagine Fabrizio tried to change his here we go to something. We'd be like, nah, you better tweet this right. You better delete the tweet and tweet it again.
Yeah.
What are we doing out here?
Oh. I mean, there we land is better, man.
I like there we land. Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah, for real.
What are you saying?
If it wasn't for the fact that this rain is the reason why I'm getting overtime, I'd really be swearing right now. This cyclone needs to go away.
Shit, you in a cyclone?
What? Has it been going on for a week?
Yes, it has.
Because it started last week, right? Damn.
Yes, it has. Well, at least I live somewhere where it doesn't flood. So,
yeah,
that's good. At least you're safe as well, bro.
Yeah, man, 100%. Thoughts on the potential loan deal for Ugarte, Kaneki? Your thoughts on it? They're saying it could be close.
My thoughts on it is that I'm waiting for everybody to call him the freaking São Paulo Fred after 2 games. That's what I'm waiting for. All right. I'm swearing it right now. This fan base has nothing. Oh, yeah, this fan base don't know anything about football. The way everyone is talking about Ugarte, you think they'd actually been watching him play. No, they don't. Majority of these people only know Ugarte from FIFA. None of them don't even watch PSG.
No, and Kaneki, they wanted Fofana as an alternative when those players are not the same at all.
Completely different. Like pick a battle, you know?
Listen to me. Manchester United fans will literally sit here and tell you that Paul Scholes and Patrick Vieira are the 2 same kinds of players, okay? All right, let's not try to do that. We literally watch them use Bruno Fernandes, who is a attacking midfielder, quote unquote, and we use him as a reason to destroy Paul Pogba. That was our DM, because our DM wasn't scoring goals.
Crazy.
Ugarte coming into this team doesn't fix anything. He's not even a needle mover. Ugarte is not a needle mover.
I think it's more so because of the manager.
Yeah, it's more so because of the manager. Okay, we signed Ugarte. Congratulations. Who's the fuck is passing the ball now in our midfield? Bruno. Yeah, so that problem is still there then. We now signed Ugarte. Who's our playmaker now? It's still Bruno. That's a problem.
Oh yeah, we know we know we never eradicating that with this manager. That's never happening.
Okay, so I don't get this. I was with someone tried to have a debate, an argument with me, which is very hilarious actually. Whenever someone's trying to have a football argument with me, I don't know what Mason Mount does. I'm like, do you know what Mason Mount does?
Yeah.
Well, his off the ball movements, Mister, I don't give a fuck about you having off the ball movements. What do you do on the ball? Yeah, off the ball movements. You literally commit less tackles than Fred. Yeah, Andres Pereira has committed more tackles at Manchester United than Mason Mount. So off the ball, Mason Mount is not better than Andres Pereira.
Oh yeah, he's woeful.
All right. So when I said that, he's like, the energy that you bring. You mean the energy that y'all hated Fred for? That energy. Fred is a better passer, better engine, and a better player than Mason Mount, and you guys wanted Fred gone.
No, absolutely.
So please tell me what Mason Mount does. He can't answer me. I'm like, let me tell you this. We signed a younger version of Bruno. We literally signed Super Saiyan 2 Bruno. That's what we did in Mason Mount.
You know what? Yeah, even Super Saiyan, even that.
Yeah, the Brexit Bruno. That's what we signed.
At least Bruno will put on more numbers. And to TTM says we need a ball player overall way more than we need an Ugarte. Nah, man, we need both. Again, myth.
No,
we need both.
We need everything, man. TTM.
If Casemiro gets injured, who's playing?
Who's gonna? We need all of them.
I heard Mason Mount is a good tackler.
Exactly. We need both. Like
Mason Mount is a what?
We need both, man.
This is what I heard from United fans. This is what I heard from United fans.
Okay, yes. Here's something that Man United fans won't tell you. In the last 5 years of football in the Premier League, Eriksen has committed as a higher tackle success rate than Mason Mount. Christian Eriksen has a higher tackle success rate than Mason Mount in the last 5 years in the Premier League. Eriksen hasn't been in the Premier League in 2 years.
Yeah.
Hey, man. What's Kaneki though? But how many attempts though? How many attempts? Like you know, like I said, like you know the difference between you know, like he might have a higher percentage, but this is what they
Everton
think.
has
It's not my
committed
word.
more tackles than Mason Mount, Jez. You
Hey,
really want to do this?
this is what they no. This is not what I'm saying. This is what they told me. They're not talking about me.
No, listen. I'd listen to a drowning person that's telling me the water's fine than listen to a Man United fan.
That's crazy.
Fair enough.
Okay, so this is all of them try to tell me what Man United need. We need a ball playing midfield. You mean like Pogba? No, we need somebody that can play make from deep. You mean Pogba? Oh, we need me say, isn't it funny? Just say his name. You've lost him for 3 years and you're still struggling to replace the guy that this fan base hates. Ain't it funny? You got rid of him and now you're finding out you can't find. This club doesn't have the intelligence or the scouting system to pinpoint a player like him. Ain't that hilarious?
Yeah. And the only positive United have is from the back line to the two pivots, your good form, that onwards is going to be your good form, that's onwards is going to be questionable. Exactly. We need both, I agree, but right now it's looking like we only pattern Ugarte. My point is I prefer prioritizing the press resistant. Okay, so we prioritize the press resistant one and the Casemiro gets injured. And then you're playing this press resistant midfielder alongside Scott McTominay.
Who's press resistant?
No, we're saying
who's press resistant?
You want somebody.
He's saying you want to press resistant.
So like,
we sign someone that's press resistant.
No, Kaneki. He's saying like if a player we need to bring in, so like a De Jong, for example, or a Sancho.
No.
So let's say
that's what I'm trying to explain now.
Yeah.
We sign someone that's press resistant and put it in a team that can't press or resist press.
Yeah. My point is where there needs to be both. If you sign one without the other, it's still not redundant. There's no prioritizing it over. If we sign a De Jong, for example, or a Sandenberg, and Casemiro gets injured, you are playing him next to Scott McTominay, or you're playing him next to Mainoo. Who's winning the ball back? If our midfield is De Jong, Mainoo, Bruno, who's winning the ball back?
All right.
I say pray to the God.
We gotta stop acting like you can have one without the other. Again, I'll say that our midfield is De Jong, Mainoo, Bruno. Who is winning the ball back?
No, and to TTM, it's you have a point, but please remember, Man United side had a press resistant midfielder, and we placed him in a midfield that contained Fellaini and Lingard, and then crucified him because we couldn't win the league because he couldn't carry Fellaini and Lingard. And you want to know what Man United did to rectify Fellaini and Lingard? They played McTominay there. So it was no longer Lingard and Fellaini. It was McTominay, Fellaini. Okay?
Oh, man. Yeah, but the thing. But the match thing though, like, it's really and truly, it should just be a non-negotiable that both are needed. Like, it's no thing of just one player and the other. Because if the other press resistant midfielders in the United midfield get injured, who's then the other guy to come in? That's the question.
Look,
and other way around. It's the same thing. So it really and truly, United have to get both profiles of midfielders this window.
Yeah, and Jez, that's the problem though. It's what I've been saying for the last 3 years now, or since I've had a voice on Flawless's channel. This is what I've been repeating for years now. I want this midfield gutted and start over. Please understand. With Newcastle gutted their midfield and start over. Manchester City, when Pep went there, they gutted their midfield and started over. Manchester City literally sat down and said, goodbye, Yaya Toure. Do you think Man United gets rid of Yaya Toure? Do you think Man United would get rid of David Silva? Do you think Man United would have gotten rid of Fernandinho? No. The fact is this. You have a bunch of low intelligent balding fucks on Twitter going out saying, Scott McTominay, please don't go. What does Scott McTominay do? He can't press. He's shit at defending. He's horrible at passing. He has low intelligence on the pitch. He disappears. When Scott McTominay plays, you're playing with 10 men. If he can't box crash, he might as well not be on the pitch. And you want him to stay. But when we had a midfielder in our team that you see everywhere, you cursed him for being on the ball too much when he had no help. You cursed him for not scoring goals when he was the one helping make goals for the greatest creator in the world, apparently. That he was making the goals, making the plays, keeping our midfield structure. Everyone hate him. Scott McTominay does none of that.
Yeah.
But y'all want him to keep him. Why isn't that James Garner never got the type of protection at Manchester United that Scott McTominay did? James Garner, a press-resistant midfielder that came out of our academy, immaculate passing, and is defensively sound. We got rid of him. But Scott McTominay stays here.
Yeah, because that's the incompetence of previous. But I hear your point. The narrow question, if you had to pick one, which would you pick if it was your choice? Not one without the other. I wouldn't take one.
I'm not picking one without the other.
You can't do that.
In that area.
Pointless.
Like literally behind Casemiro and Mainoo, as currently constructed, there's neither. So this whole thing of turning our nose up at Ugarte makes no sense to me. Now, if they don't go get another midfielder, which I believe they will, I just think it's dependent on this deal. Same way Sandenberg, there was no conversation about. There was no reports, there was no links, and then boom, out of the blue, it was all United linked to Sandenberg. So they're looking in that area. If we don't, and that being said, we also have Collier in there. So I do like that.
Yeah, but to explain it to Nero, let me put it away. It's yin and yang. That's what that midfield is. Yeah. That midfield duo is. It's yin and yang. In every midfield across the world, you have the destroyer and the player and the playmaker. The destroyer and the playmaker. It's in every midfield. Barcelona had it with Busquets, and the tackler was Xavi. A lot of people don't realize that. For Real Madrid, it was Toni Kroos and Casemiro. It's yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. Chelsea tried that, and it killed Conte. Chelsea got rid of Jorginho, they got rid of Matic, and was like, yeah, man, Conte can play both roles. Conte's career died at Chelsea because of it. You can't have one without the other.
Sorry, right?
Yeah, on the Mauricio Sarri, you can't have one without the other. That is how it is. The most important thing for midfield is balance. It's always balance, which is why how Spurs had it before, where it was Moussa Sissoko, Ndembele, and was it Ericsson?
Wanyama.
Different times, but I get the point.
Which season do you talk? Which season do you talking about?
Yeah, different times.
Yeah, this was back in 2017, 2018.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Wanyama and Moussa Dembele and Dele Alli in midfield.
That is what I mean.
Yeah, because Ericsson was a midfielder, but he was playing more out right because he was able
that season
he would invert inside into the midfield
in that season, Wanyama was the destructive player. The ball, and everybody knew that Dembele was the most important player there. You can't have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. Every team that prioritizes one always fails. Look at Liverpool. When all they had were just destroyers in their midfield and no actual sitting midfielder, they couldn't do shit. Henderson, Milner, Gini Wijnaldum, they couldn't do shit. When did Liverpool start to do shit? When they signed Fabinho. What is Fabinho? A sitting midfielder.
Yeah. So that's the point. Like in regards to, I forgot about Collier being an option as well. So that's an option. You need to have a mix of both. Now, if we had a youngster who was coming through who was more the destroyer type, I'd be like, all right, go and get another. But we need. I say we outside of Casemiro and Mainoo, there's nothing else.
There's nothing.
Ericsson is McTominay. We cannot turn our nose up at Ugarte.
It's Mason Mount. Shit. Yeah. We're literally 2 injuries away from putting Lindelof as our DM.
Yeah, literally. This is what I'm saying. It is. And that being said, of other news breaking, Villa have open talks with Chelsea about signing Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, sure. Let's strengthen Aston Villa, Yeah, sure. Let's strengthen Aston Villa. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, like
Kaneki, I said it on the football terrace earlier, Super Chat Terry. I said Sterling should be looking to go to Atalanta if they sell Lookman. Because they've been reviving careers for years.
But what is this that I'm hearing about Liverpool?
But then to be fair though, but before with Sterling though, it's kind of like, do you really? Because it obviously it's probably a mindset that he obviously knows the answer to. But Sterling's like 30, 31. At this point, you might look at just saying like, I'm making 325k a week. I want to make sure I'm also going somewhere where I'm still getting handsomely paid though, because
Bro,
at this point,
Atalanta.
yeah.
Like that would
But
be the
but
place
you think they're gonna pay him that money though, or similar to that?
No, he'd have to cut his
No,
wages.
they're not.
He'd be playing Champions League football.
And this is why I say that's why I started off by saying. But of course, I agree with that. But this is why I started off by saying, where's Sterling's mindset? Is he happy with just staying in England, receiving money, or is he happy with I still want to compete somewhere?
Yeah,
If he went to an Atalanta, then we'd know what's up. He would want to try something new and play football, but we don't know.
Yeah,
I actually think Villa be a good. I think that's a good move for him, to be honest.
No, the problem that's my problem, Flawless. It's a good move. I don't think anybody is sitting here and realizing how much of a threat Villa actually is. I said this last season, and I said this last season, I got laughed at. And when Villa came out of nowhere and started fishing people up now and going for Champions League, everyone is like, yo, who could have predicted Villa doing? I did. Yeah, I did. I don't think anyone sees. I don't think anybody realized how much of a threat Aston Villa actually is. No matter how crap everyone thinks Sterling is, I don't care how crap everyone thinks Sterling is. Sterling is a player that can bullshit 10 goals.
Yeah,
10 goals for Aston Villa is a problem to everyone. Even if Sterling bullshits 9 goals at Aston Villa, that's a problem.
United and bullshit 10 goals, but hey, whole different conversation. As you were.
Yeah, but how is it going to go now? If it's a loan move to Aston Villa, that's beautiful business by Aston Villa. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's great, but yeah, that's very clever business. I think it's good for him, and it's actually good for Chelsea, to be honest. I think it's good for all parties involved.
Listen. I just need Chelsea to just get a negative 25 freaking points deduction just for being fucking stupid. I'm being honest.
I did it Rust as well. I know both are reported. I agree, but I'm asking hypothetically, if you did have to pick one, who would it be? Because it's looked like you may only get one. It's like asking me to pick between which one of my siblings I like the most. I ain't doing that. Never more the same.
Actually, you know about the Sterling though. You know about the Sterling thing. It's like, because obviously I had this conversation actually in a group that I was in about the Sterling statement that came out. Me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with Sterling actually putting out the statement that he did. Me personally, because and there is a player's choice. Like if the player feels like he got mistreated in a way, then I don't think there's anything wrong for him to choose and I feel like I think that people are also just very emotional from emotional reaction. But I don't think the statement that Sterling put out was actually that much bad in my opinion.
Hey, Warrior J, if you've got the statement, drop the comments.
It was talking about how the statement was regarding obviously him getting dropped and how he has desires of wanting to stay in Chelsea. Obviously, then I had probably an hour discussion about how pretty much Chelsea's been trying to actually offload him for like the last 2 seasons. But I said this then in my eyes is that, and I think every manager has kind of shown, like, for example, has made it very clear with certain players that if you're not going to be in his plans, you're not going to play pre-season. No, Sterling has been involved in their pre-season all summer just to end up getting sold in the money he's getting sold now, because obviously they're getting Felix. Partly for me, it feels like why not just communicate us to Sterling that we're getting rid of you now, because now I'm seeing Maresca say he's not my type of winger and stuff like that. But you would have found it out in first game of the preseason.
You know what type of winger Sterling is? It's not.
Sterling is even forget the first game. Sterling is, regardless of how people view Sterling now, he's one of the most known players in football right now, in my eyes. He is.
We all know what he is, whether you like him or whether you rate him or you don't. We all know what type of winger Sterling is. It's not
exactly. So for me, that's why I find it bullshit when he came out and said it's not my type of winger. Bullshit. Everybody knows what Sterling is for a winger. So for me, it's like I wouldn't much more like I don't actually think Chelsea did anything wrong either, because you want to get rid of a player. That's cool. I'm not criticizing the club for wanting to get rid of a player. I just think if you want to get rid of, instead of making all these media briefings and shit like that, just tell them pre-season early, we're getting rid of you, and you're going to train with
Lukaku and Saliba. I think he was a part of the plans, because as we see in Maresca...
But Felix came out of nowhere.
I think what it was, I think the Felix deal came up and it was like, he's a better fit, so you got.
And this is where I hate the bullshit though when they say it's not my type of winger. This is bullshit. Then don't say that.
No, it is.
Don't say that.
It's the reason why when Maresca said that, I literally laughed and I'm like, you're lying. Sterling is the exact fit of winger because Sterling is the exact winger that you had last season at Leicester City that got you promoted. Sterling fits the description of a Maresca winger. The thing is this, you heard you're getting someone better and younger and you're like, yeah, I don't want Sterling anymore. Like, fam, stop lying. Straight up, stop lying.
And Neto as well. Neto.
Exactly. Like, yo, man, Sterling isn't a part of my plan. No, you literally got Neto and you heard you're getting Felix, so you had to pick.
Yeah, to go. Yeah, all right, cool.
I don't know what.
Get the fuck out.
I don't know.
It's fair. I agree with that. It's fair. But all I'm saying is, let's capitalize. Plans then no, and this is what I'm saying. The plans have changed, and no, we want to get rid of them.
Just before you continue, you can see here, my bro Sheik is 2 away from 400. I think one. Subscribe to Sheik TV. Let's get him to 400 subscribers. Then it's rolled to 500 subscribers, so then he can become monetized. Link is in the title. Go subscribe to Sheik TV right now, expeditiously, people. One of the mods be kind enough to drop Sheik's link in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel, also in the title. Strasbourg Steve as well. Go subscribe to both my dons. It's on the featured channel page. I don't know why he called you lot bitches, but yes, go subscribe to his channel and subscribe to Sheik's channel as well. This guy will pronounce names beautifully, exactly, and then call them bitches. And on the Sterling, this is the statement. Raheem Sterling is contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. He returned to England 2 weeks early to conduct individual training, and has had a positive preseason under the new coach, who he has developed a good working relationship with. He is committed as ever to delivering at the highest level for Chelsea Football Club and the fans who he holds in high regard. And given his inclusion in official club pre-match material this week, our expectation was that Raheem would be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. As a camp, we have always had positive dialogue with an assurance from Chelsea in relation to Raheem's future at the club, so we look forward to gaining clarity on the situation. Until then, we will continue to support Raheem's desire to start the new season positively. So yeah, I have no issue with the statement, but you know where you stand once they leave you out. Like,
100%.
You're not my type of winger. Time to find a new club, which he will.
Yeah, but
go by Sterling.
If he was more truthful and is like, yo, I can't. I would have respected Maresca more if he said, yo, there's a lot and I can't guarantee a lot of games. So for those people that I know I can't guarantee a lot of games, it's best we go separate ways. Say that. Don't be like Sterling is not my kind of winger. Stop lying, fam. You literally had Sterling at Manchester City.
This is what I'm saying. Like, and this one, it left like a bitter taste, and that's why I was so defensive actually of Sterling when people was going after him for the statement. Like maybe the only bit when you can maybe say his camp was camping, because apparently they told Sterling on Friday prior to the game that he wasn't gonna get picked. So maybe if it's true, he obviously would have known about it and that he's not on the team. But still, outside of that, I don't think anything is wrong with releasing the statement that he did. And no, he's gonna get sold, and it is what it is. I don't have a problem with Chelsea selling Sterling. If they think he's not good enough anymore, so be it. And like again, that's football. At the end of the day, it's a business. And I just hope, because I like Sterling. I'm not somebody, I don't really rate Sterling as high anymore as I used to, but I still like Sterling.
He's a decent player, and that's about it.
It's like, and I still like him as a person as well. So nah, man, as a player and as a person, to be honest. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just this. It's just this. The whole thing about over it is just On his day, Sterling is a 7 out of 10 winger.
Yeah.
So he's not overly excellent, but he's not that bad either. Like let's not forget that this man was one of Chelsea's main force of attack the last 2 seasons. Yeah. But so let's not just use the injuries as man. Sterling is washed. I'm like, if Sterling is washed, what the hell do you call an actual washed player? A washed Sterling was carrying Chelsea.
Yeah, like
let's be real. Before Cole Palmer went to Chelsea, Chelsea's talisman was Sterling. Like, this is what I hate. You get a new shiny toy, so you're just going to throw out the old one. No, stop trying to disrespect that. Stop trying to disrespect Sterling like that. I'm not Sterling's biggest fan. Shit, I'm not a fan of Sterling at all, and he's Jamaican, fam.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All right. But stop acting like, oh, Sterling is washed. No, this dude was one of Chelsea's biggest players before Cole Palmer. Because let's be real, without Cole Palmer, who does Chelsea rely on? Madueke. Eh? You think Mudryk? You think Mudryk has more impact on the game over Sterling?
It's true.
Right?
Like, let's not do this. So right now with Maresca, it's literally, oh, you got Neto, and now you got Felix. Felix and Neto are both better than Sterling. They're both better than Sterling. Literally just go to Sterling and say, yo, I can't guarantee you game. So check with your camp, find a move away, whether it's a loan or a permanent move, because I can't guarantee you game time. Don't come out here and lie and say he's not your kind of winger when you know that's not true. Like, that is what pisses me off. That's what pissed me off about the whole thing. He's not my kind of winger. You're lying. You're straight up lying. If Sterling isn't your kind of winger, okay, so what is your kind of winger then? You don't like a winger that can drive the ball through on the wing, cut in, and create a chance. You don't like that type of winger. So what winger do you like?
And Fatawu did last season. He don't like that.
No. Apparently both of them play like Sterling. And both of them play like Sterling.
Yeah. I think Fatawu is a bit more agile and a bit more nimble.
Is Fatawu still at Leicester? Is he still at Leicester, or did he? Okay,
yeah, he's still at Leicester. Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I thought he got to move away.
You know who they signed? Who might keep them up? They signed him on loan. Facundo Buonanotte from Brighton.
They got him.
Yeah, he played on Monday versus Spurs.
Yeah, I couldn't get to see the Spurs game.
He break up for you as well? Or was it on my end? All right, cool. Thought it was me. Sheik just reached 400. Hey, go subscribe. Go get Sheik. Roll to 500, man. Get Sheik to 500. Get roll to 500 subscribers for Sheik. Get Sheik TV's YouTube channel over to 500 so he can become monetized. It's thoroughly deserved. You're doing great work over there. You can also catch him on what's the show? He's also on A-listers as well. So yeah, man, look at Sheik, big A-list celebrity. Shout out Sam. This is football as well.
I'm like Sheik, you know.
And yeah, man, like Sheik. And yeah, that's true. All coaches do like you. Like, it's just funny when we catch them out. But he's been very cutthroat. Even the quote when he was like, I don't have 41, 42 players. I only have 21, 22. Like the 25, whatever the number he stated. He was like, those 10, 15 players don't train with us type of thing. So you gotta be cutthroat at the highest level.
Somebody made a funniest tweet about that quote. Actually, I'm trying to find. I saw it earlier as well. Yeah, there it is. Is that? This is for the people that play Ultimate Team on FIFA. So this was about the 42 player in it, and somebody quote tweeted saying, "Man said the rest going into the 85 times 10
times 10 player pick."
I was like, that's an ultimate reference as it gets for like people in the chat probably get it if you play FIFA. They killed me early, I can't lie.
Final few questions, you lot. Final few questions. Yeah, for real. Them Chelsea memes about their team is jokes. But like, yeah, it's final few questions before we do indeed close out. What time you going live, Steve?
About an hour.
About an hour from now. Okay, I still.
What game you watching, Steve? So I can put it in the background. What game you watching?
It's Chelsea Servette game.
All right. So, what's something a question that I have to ask right now, and it's an actual legit question, because I'm in the Man United space, pissing off this fan base because I enjoy doing it. I like being. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So, what I have to ask, because Saeed has been dodging me. Fully understandable, respectable.
I get it. Yes.
Because I'm asking them now, they're like, we don't really need, the club is like, we don't need a left back. So I'm like, okay, and when Diego Delo picks up an injury, then what? Are we going to put Delete at left back?
I've been saying this, we need to sign a left back. I agree with you. Left back. I don't think people realize how thin the squad is. Like we need even a great
because
left.
some
Who's the
people,
backup? Who's the backup right back currently?
David
Someone said it
Delo.
in the chat before, yo. The backup to Delo is Mazarari, and the backup to Mazarari is Delo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, our best right back is playing left back.
Because Balassi are getting back up to speed. Luke Shaw's always injured. We need a left back. Just go sign one on loan.
You
You
All
don't
right.
have to go sign a quality one.
Because-
just any left back who's
And
okay.
because what I'm hearing is, oh, Lenny Euro can cover right back, and I'm like, yeah, sure he can. Same
go
like
on,
how
Brad.
everyone at Arsenal,
Like, no,
like how everyone at Arsenal is trying to.
I've never, Kaneki, I never watched Lille. I never watched Lenny Euro at Lille play right back.
So and I've never seen Califury play left back, but here we are.
Can I?
Prime, what you saying? You good, fam? First and foremost, you good? Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, I'm
You
good.
good?
I mean, I was gonna
Yeah, go on. Chime in.
make a joke about Chilwell can play left back, but you guys don't need to suffer more.
Prime,
Exactly.
Prime. You don't want me gunning for you now, dog. Please.
I know. I just
Please.
said you guys. I just said you guys don't need to suffer more. Are you guys still
Okay.
speaking of Man United, or can I? Your trophy
Which is-
chart starts.
Now, what do you want to chime? Because we're gonna
No,
do
say what you want to say.
predictions
We're just saying saying
Yeah.
questions.
because we're gonna do
Oh.
predictions after this. So chime, say whatever you want to talk about. Go on. You got 5.
Oh,
10
I
minutes.
just wanted to talk. Okay, I just want to quickly
Go on.
talk about Ireland for a little sec.
Who?
Wait, is Jez on here?
I'm
this
here.
is it.
Who?
You want to talk about who? Did you say?
here.
Oh, never mind.
Talk about Ireland.
Wait.
Oh,
What did I
Ireland.
do?
Okay. Go on, Flo's
Yeah,
yours.
I don't like Jets, but anyway, yeah, I want to talk
Okay.
about Ireland.
I agree with
Um,
I agree with that. I hear you, Prem.
Yeah,
Go on.
we our new manager, Hamer Haugenson. I think that's how you say his
Oh,
name.
you got a new manager. Let's go.
He was
yeah,
former
he did a
Jamaica
press-
manager.
He did a press conference. Well, it was uploaded on the YouTube, the FAI YouTube page, like today, and I watched it, and very interesting stuff about what he was talking about. He was part of the Iceland coaching staff. I think he was like assistant manager. You know, the one that like
16 euros.
When
yeah,
they beat
that
England.
qualified and did well in the Euros and stuff. Yeah, and he was talking about how like what he did for Jamaica and how getting players to play for the Jamaican national team and stuff like that. Like, it's very interesting stuff, and I think what he can do to Ireland and hopefully help us like develop more and get players who actually want to play for the country, actually want to fight for the badge or for the nation. I don't know. It's very interesting stuff coming from him, and I'm looking forward to it. And he's talking about how that, however long he stays, whether it's a year or whatever or years time, he talks about how as a manager you should leave your club or your nation in a better place than what you left it before. So I'm really looking forward to him.
Listen,
his tenure.
let me chip in a bit. He came to Jamaica when our team was on fire. He left us on fire.
He left you on fire.
He left us and we're still on fire.
Okay.
What do you
To
mean?
be fair, that's not all on him.
Yeah, well,
No,
well,
I already told you. I already told you that Jamaica was a lost cause. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But again, Kaneki, we're Ireland. I'm interested to see what he's going to do because I didn't know.
You're looking for the basics, Prime. You're looking for him to come in
You're
and
gonna
just
play
like
on the counter.
Yeah,
I know
because
that
we've got young talent. We do have.
You have better players as well.
If we can try and cultivate that, and I want to qualify for the next World Cup, so we can get there.
That's doable.
That's a success because we haven't.
It's Nigeria, correct? He went to Nigeria, right?
Oh,
he went to what?
Which coach? International team is he?
Ireland.
Oh, he's at Ireland. Okay.
Yeah, Hallgrimsson. Yeah.
Hallgrimsson.
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Nah, he's screwed. Nah, he's doomed.
Why?
He's doomed. He's doomed. He's completely doomed.
Is he?
So
Wait, is he inept? Is he inept tactically?
You'll see for yourself. I can tell you what I've seen at Jamaica. I can tell you what I've seen at Jamaica, but it's because it's Jamaica. Ireland has a stronger team than Jamaica. But I can tell you right now, you're doomed. Because when the first team ain't doing shit, that's it. His plan B is plan A.
Yeah, he only
when plan
plays
A ain't working.
He only
when
plays
plan A. Yeah, when plan A isn't working and plan B isn't working, his plan C is to do plan B better. What is plan B? Plan A.
Crazy.
Well,
That's mad.
I don't know.
Let's get.
I'm looking.
let's-
I'm interested.
Well, hey,
So
I'm interested to see how he does. Let's get to these predictions. Big up to Warrior J for reminding me about this. So, Steve, we'll start with you. Brighton, Manchester United, obviously early kickoff on Saturday, 12:30. Scoreline prediction, and there will be a watch along for this, and there will be a watch along for Tottenham, Everton, and there'll also be a watch along for Aston Villa, Arsenal. So 3 watch alongs on the Saturday, people. Obviously, Sunday, Monday, no watch alongs, no content. But then we'll be
Unless
back
I
out
want
Tuesday.
it. I might message.
Yeah, you might do some. You might get something on the playback from Steve, but let me know before Saturday.
Okay.
Go on. Brighton,
You said
Manchester
Brighton,
United.
Man United. Oh my lord. 2-2.
Is that at Old Trafford?
No, it's
No,
I
it's
always say
at the
home team
Amex.
first. I always say home. Always say home team first.
No,
playing 2-2.
Kaneki.
Say 2-2.
Yeah, I think 2-2. Yeah.
All right, Prime, what you saying?
They played
Brighton,
really
Man
well.
United,
Yes.
2-1 Man United.
Cool. Kaneki, what you saying?
Yeah, 3-1 Brighton.
I could
Yeah.
totally see that. I was debating that. I think
Falls 9, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount. Yeah, sure. 3-1 Brighton.
Go on, Jez. What you saying? Brighton, Manchester United.
I say 2-2.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
2-2.
sounds
So
good.
you got 1 United win, 1 Brighton win, and 2 draws first. Staying with you, Jez. Tottenham, Everton.
I say 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Tottenham. Kaneki,
2-0 Spurs.
Prime. I don't know if he's this guy. It's Italian. He's talking to his Italian gal. Steve.
2-1 Spurs. Just there'll be a 90th minute winner. There you go from Spurs.
Okay, 2-1 Spurs.
90th
Just
fucking
all
minute.
Spurs win. Full house. Manchester City, Ipswich.
2-0
Steve.
Man City.
Kaneki.
Bro, I need a Haaland
Kaneki.
hat trick, bro.
Yeah, nah, I'm going 4-0 Manchester City.
4-0 Manchester City. Jez.
4-0 Man City, Haaland hat trick. I need it. FPO.
Stay with you, Jez. Aston Villa, Arsenal, late kickoff on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. UK time.
Oh, Aston Villa away. Oh,
No, Aston Villa, Arsenal. Oh, we say the home team first. It's at Villa Park.
Yeah, this is what I mean. They're gonna. This is what I meant though.
You said Aston Villa
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, this is what I meant for Arsenal. This is what I mean.
Oh, right. Yeah. They are.
Yeah, that's
fighting
what I mean.
Aston Villa
Yeah.
as in they're away.
Nah,
Yes,
so
scoreline prediction.
Ooh, that might be it. No, I say draw. I say 1-1.
1-1. Kaneki.
Yeah, that was my answer as well. If it's not, I'm going 1-1. It's a draw.
1-1. What are you saying, Prime? Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Arsenal win this game 1-0.
Arsenal 1-0. Oh, yeah. You left Tottenham, Everton as well, Prime.
Tottenham, Everton 1-1.
City,
I could see that.
Manchester City, Ipswich.
6-1 Man City.
There we go. Steve, back to Aston Villa, Arsenal. Your scoreline prediction for that?
2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa. Okay. Sunday game, early kickoff. Wolves versus Chelsea. Steve.
1-1.
Prime. I just shook his head. Are you shaking your head? Wolves versus Chelsea. What are we saying?
Because
Oh.
Wolves give Chelsea problems. That's why he's shaking his head.
I don't think this Wolves side will. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like if
ain't
Chelsea
Wolves
try
involved.
versus this, if they try versus this,
Based on how shit this defense is, 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay, there we go.
oh, okay.
Kaneki, what you saying? Wolves, Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
Clean
Jez?
sheet with this defense.
Bro, I'll say clean sheet. I say clean sheet too, man. 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. Okay, staying with you, Jez. Last game of the Premier League weekend, Liverpool, Brentford.
I say 2-1. I say 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Kaneki.
1-0 Liverpool.
Liverpool. Prime.
2-0 Liverpool.
Steve.
3-1 Liverpool.
Okay, fair.
And then
Bournemouth, Newcastle, Steve.
Oh fuck. Yeah, 3-1 Bournemouth. I can't lie.
3-1 Bournemouth. Really?
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I
right,
don't feel
all
good
right.
about that game at all.
Okay. All right,
Absolutely
fair enough.
zero.
Yeah, I see y'all scraping another 1-0 for that
Fair
one.
enough. Are we on tonight? Probably not. We'll probably be back on nephew tomorrow because I swear playoffs start Friday, right? So I'll probably just run playoffs on the Friday. Yeah.
Wait,
I'll
do
probably just run
Newcastle
playoffs.
have injuries, Steve?
No, we
They
were
have a
just,
red card.
we were just absolutely dog shit against
Yeah, he's just
Southampton.
alright.
We were dog
Yeah,
shit against Southampton
Shit
at
and a
home.
red card.
No. We were terrible before the red card too.
Oh, who
No,
got
that's
sent
why I
off?
said shit
And
and
also,
then the red card.
our record versus Bournemouth under Eddie Howe is woeful. We've never beaten Bournemouth
Who
with
got
Eddie
sent off?
Howe as manager.
Hey, record's meant to be broken, man. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
well, we lost there last year, and nothing's
Who
changed
got sent-
about
who
our
got sent
side,
off?
and they've improved. So
Who got
No,
sent
I'm
off?
sure.
Yo,
I
Shah,
think they
yeah.
win.
Shah.
I think they win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our center back duo is going to be fucking Emil Kraft and Dan Byrne.
Hey, you
Oh,
don't have to
no,
read
wait,
off the line,
wait,
though.
Brian.
What?
Wait, that's
You
your
got to
backline? Yeah, nah. I take back what I said. Nah, you guys are
That's why
lucky.
I'm saying
Would be lucky if
3-1
you draw
Bournemouth,
that
bro.
game.
We played like shit versus Southampton. Why should I have away from home as well? Like, nah.
All right, cool. Well, we will see.
We're gonna have
What game is
Longstaff play-
that? Bournemouth Newcastle.
Bournemouth Newcastle
Mm.
at Bournemouth.
I say, you know what? I say 2-1 Bournemouth. I think Newcastle will somehow get a goal, but
There you go.
I think Bournemouth.
And also Crystal Palace West Ham. I'm doing that watch long. So for my prediction, I'll go for a 3-2 Palace. The Palace.
Yes, hey, we will be there.
Nah,
We will be there,
Fulham,
bro.
yeah.
We get the results.
Fulham.
We get the results.
Fulham, Leicester.
all this
I'll go
this
for-
Palace hype. When Eze snaps his ankle and they drop.
Bro,
Jesus
don't do that,
fucking
bro.
Christ.
Don't do
Hey,
that.
what?
What's
Hey,
wrong with you, man?
Prime, you missed the memo. It's not even anything to do with the team. It's literally the champ. It's nothing to do
That's
with the
what I'm
team.
saying, bro. Like, what
It's
you
literally
saying?
the
No,
champ.
no,
It's nothing
I
to
We
do
know,
with the
love
team.
you. We love you. We
But
love
we'll
you.
see
Everywhere we
how much
follow. We
we'll
follow.
see how
we
much
follow,
they-
because we support the Palace. The
The
Palace.
Palace,
That's the way
and that's
we
how you like it. You like it.
like
You like it.
Hey, we'll see how much they're chanting this chant
When they beat
when
up on West
when
Ham.
Eze snaps his ankle and they're dropping like flies.
Yeah,
people
yeah,
saying
there you
that-
go.
Anyway,
West
hey,
Ham.
hey,
Hey,
you
this
man, I
ain't
got
judge.
to cut this.
This ain't
So
Judge.
big-
He snapped his ankle every
got-
season. It's
right.
not Judge.
Cool, right? I got to cut this anyway. So large up everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone. Make sure you subscribe to Shazwork Steve. Subscribe to Chic TV.
3-2
Both
Palace.
links are in the
Let's go.
title. Run up the likes. Hit
Come
the
on, you
subscribe
Eagles.
button. Steve will be live on his channel. He'll also be live on the Sarcasm City TV playback for that Chelsea Servette game, people. I won't be there. I'm going to play football, so I'm literally going to get ready to head to football right now. So, people, Chelsea Servette on the Sarcasm City TV playback, Conference League, playoff round, or qualifier, either or anyway. First leg, people. So, Steve, I'm sure the rest of the gang will be there as well. So, we're going to redirect right now to Steve's YouTube channel. That's going to have it on anyway. So make sure you run up the likes, hit the subscribe. TTM, big up to you. Big up to Warrior J. Big up all the mods. Big up all the members. Big up all the regulars. Everyone who's watching this back. Love to you lot. Big up to Leslie again, who became a member. Don't forget to go follow the Sarcasm City TV playback, though, people. Don't forget, go and follow the Sarcasm City TV playback. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. Or just download the app from your app store and go follow over there because it's road to 500. No, sorry, it's road to 600 followers over there. And we're like 8 short. We are like 8 short of 600 followers. So make sure you do that. You can see it right there on the screen, people. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. What else is I going to say? And this show and all the other shows on the YouTube channel are available on audio-only platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts. So again, love to everyone that's locked in. The show every week, 5 p.m. You'll get Q&As, 5 p.m. And then obviously you'll get Q&As normally on the Saturday, or it will be the Sunday over the weekend. Yes, TTM, never used this playback thing before. Yes, it's a streaming platform. So how you see us on here when we're on YouTube is the exact same on playback. And you type in the comments the same way as well. And like it says here on the screen, Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League, gaming content, NBA's over there. NFL's over there. NFL will be over there when the season starts. Formula One will be over there. as well, boxing watch-alongs, the whole 9 over there. So get over to the playback people because you are missing out. Big up TTM. You are missing out. If you are a Sarcasm City TV supporter, you don't have the playback. You're not getting all the content because all the non-Manchester United watch-alongs are over there. So, for instance, Tottenham, Everton, and Aston Villa, Arsenal will not be here on the YouTube. Those watch-alongs will be on the playback. I'll dual stream the United ones as always, though, like I did with the Fulham game. But all the other non-Manchester United Premier League watch-alongs are over solely on the playback. So get over there. We're 8 short of 600 followers. And like I said, Steve will be going live on there as well in about 45 minutes.
I might go earlier. We'll see.
That's on you. Love to everyone that has locked in. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.